Shalom. In this week's Torah portion, Parashat Bo, we read of the three final plagues of the 10 plagues that God brings down upon Egypt. One of these plagues is the plague of darkness. But it isn't just your regular darkness. It isn't a power outage. It isn't just the absence of light. It's a deeply menacing environmental malaise. And some of our rabbinic commentators describe what exactly was this unusual darkness. One of them, 14th century French commentator, the Relbag, of Gersonides, says the air itself had a kind of poisonous quality to it, such that the Egyptians had to plug their noses and cover their mouths throughout the entire duration of this plague. Not only that, he notes that in the Torah itself, it describes it as lo kamu ish mitachtav. People couldn't even stand up. Now, mitachtav in Hebrew could mean underneath him, but he understands it as out of fear. People couldn't stand up because they were so terrified. And this reveals an important insight about the plague of darkness, which is that even more than the darkness itself is the internal darkness, the psychological darkness. The idea that we can't get up, we can't take action, we have no power. And that is really the greatest plague. When we cede any sense of agency or ability to connect. And I'd like to argue that this is an important message, especially for our times when this moment in our world has been such a moment of uncertainty and anxiety and distrust. And that's the plague. The plague is really the fear, just every bit as much as the serious public health crisis we are facing and serious social upheaval and hatred. The fear really gives rise to the hatred that becomes like that noxious air that makes us even more cut off from each other. And so the best antidote, the solution to this darkness, is the ability to find within ourselves that light. And I couldn't put it any better than the young poet who shared those beautiful words this week at our capital, Amanda Gorman, who said the following: "There is always light if only we're brave enough to see it, if only we're brave enough to be it." And so, in just a few hours, we'll be welcoming in Shabbat with light. And may that light fill our homes and fill our hearts with a reminder that that candle inside each of us is burning and is yearning for love and connection and to be that light. Shabbat Shalom.